Well, good morning, everyone. And once again, welcome to another live here this morning, and hope you're having a great start to your day. And I'm fooling some of you because wasn't supposed to be on today, but we'll see if we get an audience. Okay, Debbie, how are you this morning? Okay, last minute change. Pat, how are you? And Rosalinda, good morning to you. Nativity. And Nick, good morning. And Deborah. Okay. Mike from Norland. Okay, we're getting some folks on. Our dear friend, Dr. Troy. How are you, buddy? Hope you had a great birthday. Suzanne. Kim from Florida. How are you, Kim? Debbie. Kristen and Nancy. Kapuskasing. North Pole, Santa Claus, Kapuskasing. Marnie, Wendy, good morning. Dorothy, Madeleine, how are ya? Julie, Sturgeon Falls, good morning. Hazel, and Jeanette, and Lufty, how are you, Lufty? And Barb, and Karen, Diane, good to have you on. Zian and Jean, Fatima, Chantal, Ottawa, good morning. Phyllis, we appreciate you guys. Have I told you lately that I love you? Debbie, how are you? Claudette and Deb from Timmins, Karen, Kincardine, Denise, and Linda from St. Jude, Quebec. Jeanette from our staff, and Debbie. Hey guys, good. Good morning to you, Darlene and Denise. I know I'm surprising you this morning, Sandra. Okay, and Sue. Here's the survey that was done, okay? Akko, how are you? From Oslo. Wow. Maria Lees. Okay, this is a survey, a food survey done recently, and I flagged it because it makes me laugh a little bit, okay? And that is, what are, they put them in a list, what are the healthiest foods, according to the survey, a random survey of people in North America, okay? And then they listed them. And there's not one thing on it, okay? The top 10 foods. Not one of them is good for you, okay? Not one of them. Here, they've listed the top 10. I'm going to read them to you fast, and then we're going to break this down a little bit. 10 things that are healthy, that people think are very healthy for them. All natural sugar, juice, whole grain bread, whole wheat bread is fourth, vegetable oils, okay? And it was compared to, and I'll come back and tell you this, fruit smoothies, number 6, brown rice, number 7, cereals, number 8, granola bars, number 9, and 10, raisins, dried fruit. I'm chuckling. They're not listening to our program. Okay? They're not listening to our program. It's craziness. Okay, now let me just see if I can get you. I want to bring this in because I think you'll appreciate it. Okay, and this was here, I think last night. And this is a very, very, very good question. Let me read it. I'm not going to mention the person's name, but I really want to just re-emphasize this, okay? So here's a lady on our private Facebook group. She's new to the group, and we appreciate that so much, okay? But here's what she got referred to us by a friend, okay? Here's what she says. New here, okay? Can someone explain where I'll find the basic premise behind the reset? Seems to me it's a ton of animal fat consumption. Is this simply keto? Good question, okay? It was recommended to me as a way to lower cholesterol. Yet every single doctor, okay, listen to what she said. She's absolutely right. Yet every single doctor says reduce fat in the diet, especially animal fat. I'm confused. I'm seeing bacon, butter, red meat, fried foods, well, all sorts of other forbidden items. Okay, it's you're not alone. It is confusing only because you're getting a complete different take, okay? So here's before I get to why the reset, okay? Let's just unpack the 10 top foods according to a survey. People actually think this. This is drummed into their thinking. All natural sugar. So they're thinking fruits, right? Like fructose in all natural sugars. What do I call fruit? God's candies. You have to limit them for a couple of reasons. One, fructose goes directly to your liver. Don't pass go like Monopoly, and don't collect 200. Or do you collect 200? I can't remember. A long time since I played Monopoly. But all I'm saying is, fructose. How do bears get fat? Berries. Okay? So all natural sugars should be limited. They put it number one in terms of the top foods. So they put it ahead of any kind of meat. They put it ahead of eggs. Eggs are not even on the top 10. There's no meat in the top 10. There's no eggs in the top 10. And there's no cheese in the top 10 survey of foods that are the healthiest foods. Now, folks, I'll tell you, we got work to do to convince people of, and you know, to the person that put this on, by the way, the survey is not on our Facebook group, but to the person, okay, and we appreciate the questions, and no question is a stupid question. There's no stupid questions. Ask your questions, okay? And I want you to be skeptical. Okay? Like if you you know what's happened in the world today, and this is a pet peeve of mine. Journalists have lost their skepticism. Now remember, I had a radio show. I was a journalist, a health journalist for a lot of years. 20 years. And you know, when you read stuff, you're supposed to be skeptical. Science is, by nature, should be questioned. That's science. It's always questioned. You're always learning something. Like what I knew about nutrition in the 1970s compared to what I know today, are you kidding me? And yet, you know, I took 2,000 hours of nutrition in my undergraduate. It's not like we didn't learn anything. It's just that science is always evolving. It's the way it is. That's what you're always questioning. More information comes in, you question. So it's a good question. She said, I've been referred to you, or to this group and to the reset, to lower cholesterol. And she goes, it doesn't make any sense because every doctor except Dr. Martin, and that's not entirely true, by the way. I can prove to you that there are cardiologists, not many, but there are some, that agree 100% with what I'm saying. But there's not many of them, but there are a few. But according to her, and if you surveyed 100 people, 99 would tell you exactly what she said. Like, you're telling me to eat high fat to lower cholesterol? Well, first of all, let's set that straight. I'm not trying to lower your cholesterol. I'm trying to lower your triglycerides, which are 3 fat balls. It's not cholesterol, but they are lipids, okay? And I'm actually trying to raise your HDL. That is what I am doing on the reset. So you got referred to the right place because you want to lower triglycerides and elevate your good cholesterol. And just the opposite of this survey. You know what will elevate your triglycerides? Sugar. See, it's not fat, it's sugar. And all these things that are here this morning, number one on the survey is all natural sugar. So they mean fruit, right? And again, I'm not saying fruit is no good for you. I'm saying because of the premise that the number one problem in health today is insulin resistance, high circulating insulin. No, the reset is not keto. It's not keto. You can live a keto lifestyle, and I'm not against that. But the problem with keto is a couple of things. One, you can keep your carbs down and still eat junk. Like keto foods generally are junk foods. They just happen to be low in carbs. I'm not against keto, but the reset isn't keto, okay? Because you can go to almost every grocery store. You can go to Costco. You got all sorts of keto snacks. And it's junk. It's glorified junk. It's on my junk food list. Because it's not good fuel. It just happens to be low in carbohydrate. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? And people tell me every day, Doc, I'm eating keto. Okay. Well, it's better than not eating keto. It's better than eating the way the rest of the world is eating. Keto is definitely better, but it's not the best. The best is reset. Why is that? Because it's pure 99% octane fuels. Eggs, meat, and cheese. I am an EMC guy. Eggs, meat, and cheese. Okay? And I'm not saying you can never have fruit, and I'm not saying you can never have plant from the plant kingdom. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying for 30 days, you want to fix bad numbers, you got to start with the reset. You got bad hormones, you start with the reset. It's what is the reset primary purpose? To lower your insulin, to fix insulin resistance. Because insulin resistance, I'll remind the new folks that are on with us, insulin resistance is at the root of heart disease. It's at the root of cancer. It is not at, I mean, I got to emphasize even more that it's the absolute cause of diabetes. It's 100% cause of diabetes. And diabetes is not genetics, guys. Diabetes is you're a carboholic. It's as simple as that. And fourthly, it's at the root, okay, of autoimmune disease. That and leaky gut. So food is something you can control. If you look at this survey, it is absolute opposite of what is true. Okay? People have got it wrong because they've been taught wrong. And every day when I'm on this program, I am going to give you the truth. Now, you can accept it or not accept it, but I'm telling you, it's the truth, because the best eating is the reset. There's not a better program. There's not a better weight loss program, even though it was never designed for weight loss primarily. But you see, the reason that it works is because when you change your fuel, when you go from all natural sugar, juice, number 2, whole grain, for heaven's sakes, they even got Pop-Tarts there, whole grain Pop-Tarts. Yikes. Whole wheat bread, vegetable oils, because you see what they did in the survey is they compared, they made them click boxes. So what's better, vegetable oil or butter? They chose vegetable oil. Vegetable oil, or because it's polyunsaturated, PUFAs, right? Polyunsaturated fatty acids. And when they were given a comparison, what's better, canola oil or butter? Well, they said canola oil because it's got less fat. It's unsaturated fat. You see, but that's wrong. Butter will never elevate your triglycerides. The only thing butter will do is elevate your good cholesterol. And by the way, all cholesterol is good. See, because they got it wrong on cholesterol. And, you know, the proof in the pudding, by the way, the proof in the pudding, guys, is look at the world we live in today. Like, you just do some observation. Why is it that we have more heart disease than ever? 1. Why is it that we have more cancer than ever? 2. Why is it that 50% of the population is diabetic? Why is it that 88% of the population have some form of metabolic syndrome? You know why it is? Because people have been duped. I don't like being duped. The population in North America has been duped. They've been deceived. And you get any teaching, like whole wheat bread is good for you. No, it's not. I don't care if it's 75 grain bread. It's not good for you. I mean, it might taste good, but, so does ice cream taste good. Is ice cream good for you? No, Doc, ice cream's not good for me. I know that. I like it, but I know it's not good for me. Well, neither is whole wheat bread. And neither is any cereal that you can name me. Name me a cereal. I'm waiting. Oh, Dr. Martin, all bran. All brand's good for me because I make me go to the bathroom. Yeah, I know, but it elevates your insulin. And so does oatmeal. And so does Tony the Tiger. Frosted Flakes are not great. See the not in there? They're not great. They are horrendous. When we're feeding kids nothing but sugar, you might as well give them a Pepsi in the morning. You're going to give them, see, number 2 is juice. On the survey, number 2, juice. See people how they're being duped? The number one way that people get their sugar, by the way, is they drink their sugar. Now, I'm going to tell you something. God, okay, gave you fruit to eat, okay, not to drink. He didn't give you fruit to drink. Okay? Fruit isn't meant to drink. Now, if you make grapes and you got wine, okay, I'll give you that. But you're not supposed to have much of it. And God gave you candies. They're beautiful. They taste good. Your berries. And again, always understand where I'm coming from. Only for 30 days do you not have that. Then you can have some berries. Don't live on bananas. Don't live on apple. An apple a day doesn't keep the doctor away. That changed. Okay? An apple a day doesn't keep the doctor away. A steak a day keeps the doctor away. That's our new saying here at the Martin Clinic Club, right? A steak a day keeps the doctor away. We live in a completely different world, guys. We just got to understand it. And then plus, and I just going to mention this again for our viewers that are new, one of the biggest things happened in the early 1980s. We switched sugars. We went from table sugar, our, sugar, sucrose. We went to fructose. We went to high fructose corn syrup. That has been a national, international catastrophe. Did you see the pictures of the tornadoes that touched down in Kentucky and in the States there? Sad, isn't it? Guys, there was a tornado that has created havoc in the nutritional world. And it started in the 1980s. And because of that, we have been the most unhealthy people in the universe, is people in North America. We have skyrocketing rates of obesity, diabesity. You like that name? Diabesity. What a tragedy. Look at the world. If you flew out of here with Elon Musk, let's pretend we left in the 1970s or the 60s, and we came back in 2021 at the end of 2021, and you walked into your mall and you went, holy moly, what the heck happened to the world? Why is everybody so big? I rest my case, guys, because the world has got it wrong. The world has got it wrong. The survey. Oh, Dr. Martin, it's all natural sugar. I know, but don't eat a lot of it. Bears get fat on fructose. And because we have fructose in fruits, that's all right. Even though fruits are not like they used to be. They're a lot sweeter. But lay that aside. When you combine that fructose from fruits, and then you add high fructose corn syrup, which is in everything from cereals to cookies to you name it, because that's the sugar the food industry loves. Why? A couple of reasons. It's cheap. It's made in a lab, in a vat. You could run your car on it. Well, don't try it, but you could, because it's terrible stuff. It's not meant for you. And it goes directly, well, it passes the gut and destroys it feeds the bears of your bad bacteria, and then on its way to the liver in a nanosecond. And that's why we see so much fatty liver. And fatty liver will give you triglycerides, and triglycerides will kill you. High triglycerides, you're walking around waiting for a heart attack. Food. Not one thing on this survey. There's no meat, because if they did have meat, it would be probably number 11 or 12 or 13. And then it would say chicken. What's healthier, chicken or red meat? And the world would say, well, chicken, doc, because it's got less fat. I'm going to have chicken, no fat. The problem with hamburgers is, because it's got a lot of fat, even though, the ground beef, try and find ground beef with fat in it. It's not fat, guys. Red meat is better than chicken on Dr. Martin's survey every time, because it's much more nutritious. You see, your body knows what to do with a piece of red meat. You hardly need any insulin. Your pancreas is whistling. What do I have to do here? Not much. Insulin's job is to get sugar out of your bloodstream. All these 10 foods, oh my word, elevate your insulin. So they got it wrong. I emphasize that over and over and over again. The world has got it wrong. They've been duped. They still teach, cut your fat out for dietitians. They still teach it. I mean, not that in medical school, but they still teach that cholesterol is bad for you in medical school. By the way, they never did. They were just starting to switch when I was in school, talking about cholesterol. But remember, there was no statin drugs till the 1980s? Until Lipitor came on the scene. And now cholesterol, that's bad, that's no good. Don't have that. Don't have butter. Have margarine. Don't eat eggs. Maybe one egg a week. I had patients, thousands of them over the years. I come in, I said, how many eggs are you eating in a week? Oh, my doctor told me because I got cholesterol only to have maybe 1 or 2 eggs a week, doc. And, I'm very careful. I love eggs, but I can't eat them because my doctor sent them. I said, well, your doctor doesn't know a thing about nutrition. God bless them. But they'd flunk a nutrition course. Well, my nutrition course. They'd flunk it. And, what was that show? And the survey says, what was that show again? I can't remember the name of the show. And the guy would say, and the survey says, the top 10 foods, not one of them has the top 3 foods on it that are really good for you. Not one of them. Juice being number 2. Oh, I tell people, you were never, ever, 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 ever meant to drink juice. You give a kid orange juice or apple juice, give them a Pepsi in the morning. What's the difference? Well, as a matter of fact, I think there's more sugar in orange juice. You're not meant to drink fruit. I allow you a few berries in my Dr. Martin's Perfect Smoothie. It's made with cream. Now, it's funny that in the top 10 foods in this survey, they don't even have milk on it. Well, that's good, because grocery store milk ain't good for you. You got a cow in the backyard, drink milk. Otherwise, don't touch it with a 100-foot bowl. Drink cream, because that's what milk should be, cream. Okay? And I mean it. The more fat that is in dairy, the better it is. That's why I love cheese. Why is cheese good for you? Well, it's full of fat. I mean, there's a lot of other reasons. It's got protein, but it's got fat, and it's got no carbs. It's not, and again, it's not keto. There's too much junk in keto. So, that's isn't that an interesting survey to look at this stuff? Whole wheat bread, whole wheat, Dr. Martin. Who cares? It ain't good. It's going to go directly to your liver. It's going to elevate. Whole wheat's going to be sugar in nanoseconds. Don't fool yourself. Don't be deceived. There's a lot of deception out there. And anyway, when I saw this survey, crazy, isn't it? Okay. Now, we are thankful for everyone watching. We are thrilled by our private Facebook group. So if you're not a member, please join that and get your friends to join it. And what else did I want to tell you? Oh, yeah, the podcast. Okay, so you can re-listen to these things. Sign up for the Doctor is In podcast to the new folks that are watching. If you're not getting our emails, then please sign up. Go to martinclinic.com and sign up for the emails. We're happy to send you. We give out information. That's what we like to do. And, we like to write emails and we like to do these shows and, information. Okay? Okay. Okay, guys. So we appreciate you. Love you. Talk to you soon.